Hi everybody, it's Robin here with Oracle Rising. So I was just struggling with my intro and what I was going to say, and I crack myself up every day. So guys, welcome here to my channel, Oracle Rising. Today I wanted to talk about a new moon that is coming in, and this is going to be a pretty powerful one, and it's going to be a special one for some cultures. So let's start talking about that. And of course, I've got some spiritual aspects or part of your personality that will be revealed when this new moon moves into the sign of Aquarius for February 11th. So I love doing the moon stuff, you guys. It's just something that is so powerful. If you've ever sat outside and just stared at the moon, it's just something unbelievable, so phenomenal and powerful. Okay, so before we get started, I was getting ready the other day, and I was just overcome with such gratitude for all my viewers and subscribers on this and my other channel, Aries Fire Tarot. You know, and I just had this awareness that every time that we connect on my channel, or if you come onto Facebook or Instagram, we're just really helping solidify and build the crystal grid of love and light, and like that's what our journey is here for. If you guys have been watching my Exit the Matrix series, or if you've tuned in for like what it's like to be an empath or a light worker, you guys are part of that resonance that is raising the planetary vibration. So namaste for that, guys, and thank you so much. So let's start talking about this new moon. Okay, so I have that coming into effect in my region around February 11th. So I was researching, what is happening around this new moon, and it turns out that it's a Lunar New Year. This is the second new moon after the winter solstice. So this is celebrated largely by, I would say, Asian cultures. And if you are from like Japan or Korea, or China, let me know in the comments if you celebrate that and what it means to you. And, because that's not something I'm really too familiar with. I don't follow the Chinese calendar, but if you do, guys, it's the year of the ox. So I find that really interesting. So there's some lucky colors and numbers associated with the change of the year. I think it's like they have year of the rabbit, snake. I don't know. Like I said before, I don't really follow the Chinese calendar. So I find it really fascinating, but it's just not my avenue. So I found that lucky colors are blue, yellow, and green, and numbers are 1 and 4. So you might want to check that out if you find that a little bit fascinating. I know, I think I'm either year of the snake or year of the rat, and that just, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not super comfortable with it. I'd really rather be something cute and fuzzy like year of the rabbit, but that's okay. So let's move on to what is happening with this new moon. Okay, so it's moving into the sign of Aquarius. So this is going to be very interesting for you. It's going to highlight the aspects of yourself that resonate with the sign of Aquarius. So if you are Aquarius, then you already know what's going on with yourself. But people that are different sun signs might not necessarily be aware. So Aquarius can be very assertive. They can be very analytical. You want to kind of think of the King of Swords, right? Humanitarian and independent. So I know a couple of Aquarius in my life, and that really resonates. So I find that really fascinating. So these are attributes of the new moon in Aquarius that you can grab onto for yourself, especially if you've gotten to the point in your life where, enough is enough. I'm changing things. You just have to set your mind to something and you can make it happen. There's a reason that people quote things like, thoughts become things, and you create your own reality. And you might want to start listening to Justin from You Are Creators if you're really interested in pivoting your lifestyle, if you just figured like it's time to make the change this year, right now. This is probably going to be a really opportune time to do that, because one of the aspects that is going to be revealed underneath the new moon in Aquarius is that it's going to be a perfect time to make progressive changes. So I brought in the Starman Tarot card deck to sort of amplify these aspects for you, to give you a little bit of a boost and see what you can do. And I particularly love this Starman Tarot card deck because it was inspired by David Bowie. And he collaborated on the artwork. So it's absolutely stunning, and you're going to see his face hopefully peeking out on some of the cards. So in order to make progressive changes, and there's something that's really important about that, you guys. I remember my son was, he's sort of a budding artist, you know, when he was probably in his teenage years. And he was like, I'm just not getting any better, you know. I think he wanted to be an expert right away. So it's really important to remember that results are cumulative, you know. Very, very few people are like hit the top, you know, rank #1 straight out of the gate. You know, it takes time to season yourself. And there's such a thing as, you know, people say that you just really have to have that patience. And I was struggling for this really brilliant comment that I read yesterday, but of course it's gone. So, you know, my dog's right here and she looks super cute. So she's very distracting. So let's pull a card for this, make progressive changes. I was worried about that. Oh, this is so cool, you guys. All right. So there's going to be there's differences between this deck and other decks. So you have the Sacred Clown here. So the Sacred Clown is equivalent to the Fool card, and the Fool card is the new beginning. So every day, really, is your chance to start over again. Every day's a new day to start over, and you can just keep yourself fresh, you know. And this is something that I learned too, is when you're doing affirmations, when you're, you know, targeting your success, you keep on saying to yourself, today is the day. Today is the day. Don't say tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. And that, I think that's a fabulous James Bond movie, but it also resonates in life. You know, oh, I'll get that done tomorrow. That's a procrastination. That's a procrastination to yourself and to the universe. I listened to some really like kick in the butt affirmations in the morning. I listened to Kenneth Suarez. I really advocate for him, you guys. There's something about his style. His last name is spelled Souras. And he's also a collaborator. I think he's the creator of Power Thoughts Meditation Club as well. So, I mean, and he's really like super uplifting, and he shows his gratitude, but he's like, get it done today. Like, make no excuses. Stop procrastinating. Make use of your time. And with the Sacred Clown, this is saying, and he kind of reminds me of Shooter McGavin. How many people have seen Happy Gilmore? I've seen it so many times, you guys. It's so hilarious. And he's like, you know, and this is the attitude that you need. I'm coming for you. I'm going to come get it. I'm going to make this happen. And it's today. And if it doesn't literally happen today, you guys, wake up with that today mindset. Boom. Okay, so this one's really interesting. The next one I have here is that you could be feeling a little bit rebellious, which I absolutely adore. Excuse me. Yum. Tea. So I don't think there's anything wrong with rebellion. It's how you really find out where you are and who you are in life, you know? This is sort of a rite of passage for teenagers, or, you know, when you start to really go against the mainframe, you know? So you could be just looking at things and going, I don't think so. I don't want to live my life like that. That's just not going to work for me. You know, and this could be in any facet of your life. This could be the real push for you to start your own road to success with the Sacred Clown, because you're just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't work a 9-to-5. I can't have a boss. You know, it was just, something's going to give. Let's have a card. I feel like that's it right there, you guys. So we have the Princess of Swords here. So this is somebody that is absolutely ready for battle here. I'm fumbling here. I'll show you guys the card. This is somebody that is braced, okay? Can you see her? I'm a little bit colorblind, so I have problems like getting some of the characters to pop out for me, but she is like in this crouching Is it Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? I've actually never seen that movie. You know, and just waiting. So there's something within you that wants to come out, and you could just absolutely tell somebody, I'm not doing it your way anymore. Like, I'm prepared to be completely analytical about this and make the leap towards something else. You do have specters in the background, and I always feel like that's your team and spirit behind you. You're being guided by your higher self. You know, things are becoming available to you every day and every night while you sleep, and you're working in conjunction with your higher self and your team and spirit. So you could just wake up and things have dropped off and things have added up, and you're like, yeah, today's the day. Boom. You know, with the sacred clown and the Princess of Swords. And the Princess of Swords, she's like, I don't think so. There's a real like you guys are gonna like drop the hammer on your life, you know, and this is a really, if you're feeling that way, it's time to do something about it. You know, everything is aligning for you to really take advantage and propel yourself forward for yourself, you know. So let's see, focus on community, which seems a little bit of an oxymoron compared to the rebellion and that we're seeing here. But you know, it is possible to focus on yourself and be really like what people would call selfish, and still be part of a community and still want to see other people succeed. I mean, that's like, to me, that's the way it should be. And you can't really be a benefit to others unless you're really focusing on yourself. You know what I mean? You're keeping yourself straight on the line. Like, really, your body is your temple and all of that good stuff. So let's have a card for focus on community before I take off on another rant. Okay. So, oh, this is so cool. This is so cool that this card happened to come out here right now. I've got this card that it says focus on community, right? This is the Nine of Cups, and this is really just being like, hey, how's it going? And just opening up your heart to other people. Even if you don't have any extra money to give, or, you know, you just don't have any extra food or whatever, it's not about that, you guys. It's just shining your love and light, you know, greeting people, being that happy, warm, you know, the people aren't afraid to come up and talk to. You don't want to be known as the neighborhood grouch, maybe. I don't know. Got something happening outside here, you guys. That was loud. Anyway, so, you know, really the open heart here, the beautiful, like, I love everybody, you know, just so nice. And even if you don't love everybody in your neighborhood, you can still like give them a whatever. Hey, what's up? You know, you don't have to be the other way unless, you know, there's a thing. So this is also going to be a really good time for introspection and reflection. Okay, so looking at what has gone on in your life, you know, reflect on yourself. I'm not going to go into... So you've got the King of Cups here. So there is maybe a little bit of a disconnect for you right now. And maybe you need to reach into yourself and find it, because the King of Cups, this guy is all about communication. He's all about, you know, feeling connected. Like, he is just this super in touch, emotional. I would say that this is divine masculine. You know, he's not toxic at all. He's very open to other people's points of view, and, you know, he doesn't care what anybody's income is or anything like that. He's just a really, like, down-to-earth, open-minded, freewheeling, like, he's just really a beautiful spirit. So this is what I see coming out for you guys, which is nice. It's going to be sort of a strong and soft combination. It's like you're not going to mess around anymore in your own life, but you're going to open up to other people in a different way. So very interesting new moon coming in here. So I'm going to pull a Moonology card here. And it doesn't matter what card comes out, what phase of the moon the card presents in. So let's have a card here. Oh, this is interesting. And it's going to take me 5 years to find the corresponding page in the companion book. So let me just show you guys the card and then I'll open that up. Well, so this says nothing will come of this situation, and it says the void of course moon. I've never even heard of that. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go on a. Are you kidding me? I actually opened the book right to the page. Like, I'm on fire today. Maybe I should buy a lottery ticket. Yeah, I think I'm kidding myself that I can read this teeny tiny font. I like my font set to billboard, just in case you guys didn't know. So, in a form of astrology known as, it looks like hooray, but I think it's pronounced Harari, where an astrological chart, according to when the question is asked and decoded, a void of course moon means nothing will come of this matter, or the situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news depending on what you are asking. For example, if you were worried about, is that too bright for you guys? Let me know. This card can be taken as a sign that there is nothing to worry about. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations. I always read that as lower them. Or change things so that you get a different outcome. Like, what is that called? Fraud? I don't know. So remember, the cards can only predict what you are currently creating, and you can change that with your both behavior and beliefs. I don't think that they wrote that correctly, but so you're to attune to the moon. It says to trust in your highest good. An additional meaning for the card is the chances of something are diminishing. Ugh. This card. Come on, something better may be around the corner. Okay, well, that's kind of cool, because if you remember that phrase, your rejection is God's protection. If something's fizzling away for you, it's because there's something better. Surrender to the divine, very cool, and take time out, meditate and contemplate, which I'm always banging on about, you know, and having hot baths and really doing your yoga time and, you know, walking in nature. I walk almost every day of the year, and trust me, I live in some sub-zero temperatures. So if I can get my backside out there, like this morning it was minus 27, and I'm talking Celsius. So anyway, guys, looks like it's going to be a very interesting new moon. So I'm really just stoked still about my cloak, and I'm wearing it at a different fashion today. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe. Namaste, team. Peace. Peace.